Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today I'm angry because my neighbors are doing this bathroom renovation project or something. There's all these loud drilling sounds right above my head. I'm trying to get some work done at home. It's one of these times when I know that they're completely within their right to do this, so I won't bother them about it. But I'm also within my right to be angry, frustrated about it. You know, I'm way too autistic to deal with this. See, I'm still angry, even being far away from that, out in the woods. But I'll channel this intensity for you guys in today's video. We're going to be talking about having a top G mindset like Andrew Tate. And to be clear, this video is not really about Andrew Tate, and I'm going to be interpreting top G freely, doing my interpretation of it. So don't focus too much on that when you give your feedback in the comments, that I absolutely want you to do. But let me give you a brief little take on Andrew Tate, and then I'm sure I'm going to relate to him a little bit as I go on. But Andrew Tate is someone that I don't fully, completely agree with about everything, that I can find a little unfortunate that there's a lot of good that I like about him, but also some things that I would prefer that younger men had a better role model. It's specifically when it comes to the view on both men and women, to be honest. I can just see that someone like Andrew Tate kind of breeds some kind of toxic guys that are going to have a kind of a toxic views on women, right? That being said, the reason I even have an idea for this video is I was doing a thought experiment on a day. I was just thinking, asking myself certain questions, see what came. For whatever reason, I just asked myself, like, what if Andrew Tate just found out about your channel and was like, I want to come on, interview me, have me on, right? How would I feel about that? And I realized that even though, like, I'm not a fanboy of Andrew Tate by no means or anything, but I realized that I would be kind of starstruck from that, because there are many things that are impressive about the man. That's also something, guys. Balance on this channel. People are not good or bad. I can think that, yeah, there's things I don't agree with Andrew Tate, and still admit that, well, there are many impressive things about him as well. So I just realized that, man, yeah, that would be cool. And of course, it would mean a lot for me. That would be, yeah, it would blow me up. I would go viral on my level from something like that. And since I did once a video kind of opposing Andrew Tate, that was more of the focus, I just wanted to honor Andrew Tate, show some love for Andrew Tate, for the things that I really like, or the thing I really like, and that's this top G mindset. And again, guys, if you think I get it wrong, what he means, it's my interpretation here, okay? So the top G mindset, to me, that means that you should be viewing yourself as the top G in your life. Like, you should in one way or another feel like, I'm the man, I'm the king, I'm the greatest there ever was, okay? And like, when you feel like that, it's going to be, you're going to have to go for something out of the ordinary, right? And my definition of success, it's not like, oh, you're just a top G if you're like super jacked, or you're super rich, or you have, well, I don't know, the best girlfriend in the world, or you have all these cars, or you're very successful, or whatever. It's not a specific thing. To me, success is just like someone that's not just going along with life, not just following the road that was paid for you, but actually knows that these are some things that I would want out of life, and goes for it and gets it right. And when you have that sort of mindset and approach, you're gonna excel at something. You're gonna be more than most in one way or another, right? And honestly, I cannot, no longer, I cannot relate to, because when I say it's not about maxing out muscle mass, but if I take myself, for instance, since this holistic bodybuilding that I teach and coach, practice myself is something that I am super into, and I want to provide this. Like, this is what I'm all about. I need to be the freaking best at it, okay? And by some kind of objective, just natural bodybuilding standards, of course, I have a high level, but I'm not like best in the world or something. But when it comes to what I do, this specific, unusual, uncommon, if you will, approach to bodybuilding, I very much feel like I am the greatest there ever was, okay? And I cannot understand how people can have something like, oh, I'm passionate about this. This is something I care about, and not feel like I gotta be the best, you know. I also cannot understand how men, because let me tell you again, I have a video, for instance, called Real Men Are Ripped. And my point that I make in that video is that, look, if you don't work with this like me, I fully understand that this is one thing that you might not choose to max out. That being said, when it's perfectly available, it's never been more convenient to just get in good shape. I do not understand how you can be a man and be like, no, you know what, I think I'll just not do that. I'll drink beer and get fat and soft instead. I will feel and look fat and soft from all the beer and junk food and lack of exercise. I cannot understand it, right? So my point is that you should build yourself up to the degree that whatever that would mean for you in your life, you should, in one way or another, feel like, yeah, I am the top G. I am the king. No one beats me at what I'm doing. What I'm about, I'm also the best at, okay? But here's the other side of top G. Not only should you feel as if you're the top G in your life, you need to treat yourself accordingly, okay? You have to look out for number one first. And this has been a tough lesson for me. That's really, I had already planned to do this kind of video about Andrew Tate, but this is kind of what made me do it today, thinking about it, Because, I'm someone that wants to tell, I want to have a positive message, not a black pill message. I want to tell, instead of just like shit on everyone else, just do you, I want to tell you, be a good person, be giving, work on yourself for other people in your life, like you becoming better. That will improve everything for everyone in there. Do the right thing, That's a big message I want to give, but there is a balance, right? That you can give too much. If you do this in the wrong places, it's not going to work out for you. And so I just want you to keep that in mind, that today I'm going to focus more on the, when you got to shut people off. Do not give. Keep things, save things for yourself, all right? But yeah, this is the thing, I think that sacrifice is manly. I think giving without expecting anything in return is manly. I think being more of a giver in your life than you receive, that is manly. But again, you have to pick when and where. Like sacrifice it's not a good thing always and ever, right? So the point here is that apart from just building yourself up, so you just really have the experience like, yes, I am the top G. What are you going to do about it? I am it. Doesn't matter what anyone does. I show to myself so much by my way of being. I am the top G. But you gotta treat yourself accordingly too, okay? You gotta be, before you're selfless like that and just give, right? Provide a lot for others. You gotta be selfish first. You gotta build yourself up first, because if you don't, there's gonna be nothing left of you to give to others, right? And so I am someone that had to learn this a lot, okay? That because I was brought up with an autistic brother, I'm pretty much, taught from an early age that my needs, my feelings don't matter, because, my brother, he doesn't get things as much. So I just have to take all this shit, all the fights we get in for not typical sibling fights over completely unreasonable things. I'm just told that, no, but you have to kind of take it because he doesn't get it, So I'm taught from a very early age that to take more responsibility for others' feelings and, for their well-being than my own, right? So I've had to learn so much that other people are not the same, okay? Because this is something I want to view as my biggest strength, but it is a huge weakness if you cannot regulate, like I say, if you don't know when to dial this up or back, right? So I'm someone that had to learn over, and this is why this video is for a lot of you guys, okay, that are going to be able to relate to a thing like that, feeling that things are one-sided, that so one way or another people turn out to use you, and so, because I'm very much someone that enjoys giving and that, but I've had to be burned many times and see okay, apparently this person could do what I definitely wouldn't do to them. Apparently I got screwed over again, and you go through these things when you learn this. You set boundaries better, learn to prioritize yourself. But these patterns and things in life, especially as you become a more capable individual and you have it in you that you would like to be helpful and good person to others, is going to just reappear again. You find these situations, relationships where it's like, but here it seems to be kind of equal, and you relax a little bit and only to find out okay, I should have looked out for myself more again. So when I went through that entire panic attack episode, came out on the other side, so much of these kinds of traits about me, like people pleasing and just feeling overly responsible for other people over myself, a lot of it has a lot of it was shed in the process. But here's something I realized quite recently. Do you know how I found it in me to push through the panic attacks to begin with? When I realized that I feel like I'm suicidal, actually, for the first time in my life, this is so uncomfortable what I'm experiencing that I consider that that's the only way out. Do you know what made me not do it? It was not me. It was it was thinking about my parents, that I cannot do that to my parents. They just know their son, getting to know that your son, that's 25 at the time, he killed himself. I just cannot do that. And I feel about it kind of like it's 50-50 honorable and kind of pathetic, you know. Like, yeah, that's brave, or like, that's loving of you to think of other people like that. At the same time, like, come on. Where's the, like, love for yourself? Like pulling yourself up for your sake, right? Luckily enough, through the entire process, I started loving myself so much, like appreciating myself for putting in this hard work for myself. Learning, having to say no to a bunch of people for things, because I was so wrecked, and like just learning to prioritize myself like that. But over and over, like now I'm very frustrated because someone is just spamming me with messages. Come on, I hate, this is my fault. I go into flight mode. This is the thing I'm going to get to, guys. I have a lot of pent-up rage from experiences in my life. So, guys, you gotta let me be. I'm nice. You see, I'm telling you, I am very helpful, like kind at my heart. But someone said it recently, kind but feisty. Like I need to get to just a little bit sometimes. But yeah, I keep finding out in my life, and this I want to now. I relate back to Andrew Tate a little bit. I just think of, it's been a long time since when he was more like hot. I listened to more podcasts, so you know I go from memory. But some things I can see that Andrew Tate, again, some things are very impressive about him. Like kickboxing champion, of course, he's going to feel like a top G, literal top G of that thing, right? And many other things he's done. But I also hear how he talks about different life experiences, what he had to learn and that. And one thing is to always be looking out for number one. It's difficult for us, that balance, because you don't want to become all cold. I don't want you to become all cold. Like, other people are just shit, just look out for you, you know. But that, like, just always knowing that I got to be looking out, I got to care for myself a little bit more than everyone else at all the time, because, or else I'll get fucked and I'll not be able to do anything for anyone else anyway. But I keep having to learn in my life that it's like I can't expect ever anyone to deliver as much to me. And like, you know, I can whine about that. I mean, like, but it's like up to me, really. Like to realize, yeah, it's because I'm so fucking top G that most people just come up short in comparison to me. And I'm just gonna have to give myself that, since I rarely come across people that can give as much as I do, even when they don't screw me over somehow. I'm just gonna have to give that to myself, right? And yeah, there's things I've heard Andrew Tate say, like, you gotta be able to sacrifice the queen, you know. God only knows that I've not been good at that. And it's one of those things, again, like you wanna, whether it's a romantic relationship that it would be, would sacrifice the queen, of course. But of course, in relationships, friends, if they're weaker, if they're going through a tough time, of course you don't want to be like, oh, well, you're hurting now and I'm not getting as much from you, so goodbye. You don't want to be like that, of course. It is honorable, I guess, to be able to help someone, be strong for someone that's weak right now, but only to a certain point. Just like I talked about that with my panic attack thing there, at a certain point when it's not giving anything either way, it's just self-sabotage, it's just self-abuse, honestly, when you keep trying to help and be there for people that just cannot deliver to themselves or you, right? Oh, nah, man, over and over. And yeah, this is what I come to too. This is something I'm learning, because honestly, guys, I know I do my videos when I'm like all triggering. I'm very actively trying to trigger you, but I'm a sensitive guy and I care about people's feelings, believe it or not. I would like everyone to just feel good from my videos, but I also know lovingly that that's not what most people need to hear. A lot of people, they need to hear things that make them upset, angry, uncomfortable, you know. So, yeah, the point is that for me, I'm a sensitive person. Getting all the input with a YouTube channel that grows up bigger, even when most is positive, it's just kind of intense, you know, to get so many people's energy directed towards you. But here's what I want to come to. That when I can get to, like, negative comments, I can both feel like I'm not really happy that someone felt something negative about me, but I'm also kind of, I don't feel good about it, you know. But you see that there's one part of me that would kind of like want to win this person over, right? But it's also like so many people, this is what I want to, top G has to give themselves that all the little bottom G's fucking suck, and we already do, like top G's already do way more for everyone than these little bottom G's. So we shouldn't have to feel like we have to be so overly responsible for these little shits, these little bottom G crabs. They're trying to pull you down, you know. I realize that I just, as this channel grows, and I know within me that I'm trying to do something good here, I gotta have the top G mentality and let myself fucking stomp on these little bottom G crabs, right? It's like, you know, because people say sometimes that, you know, you shouldn't focus on negativity or not interact with it or whatever. And I'm kind of like, this is my fucking YouTube channel. I want to interact with whatever I want. Mostly positive things, and I love talking to everyone about positive or just interesting input. But if I see someone be a little bitch in my comments, I want to tell you, go the fuck away. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a little shit. What are you even doing? You know, anonymously. Think you're giving me personal critique when you're completely impersonal. Little shit. I'm gonna let you know what a little bottom G loser you are. And I gotta give myself that. You know, I'm gonna feel bad about sometimes like I was a little harsh on a person. I'm not talking just about online comments. It's just because I'm having a conversation with you guys. But even in my real life, sometimes I feel like quite often I want to be kind, you know, I want to, you know, I'm disagreeable as in I never just agree to agree, but I kind of would like it a lot, that we are just kind to each other, right? So many times I feel like I'm forced to like just like stomp on someone and often get the response that, oh, Theo, you were mean back to the person that was mean to you first. Oh, can't you see that this person that was giving you shit, they can be really upset when you give a shit back? I don't give a shit anymore. I do, actually, but I just have gotta look out for number one. Gotta look out for top G, okay? So that I can keep having things to give to the other G's that also want to rise to the top. And the final note I'll say here, if you have any problem with my attitude here or something, you're completely self-sabotaging, because as always, a video like this is not about me just huffing and puffing myself out telling you I'm the greatest there ever was. All of you tell me that too. I'm objectively the best. No, I'm telling you that you can have that life experience. You can become the top G in your life. You can feel that way. I'm also telling you what to look out for, how you have to operate, you know. This is not about me, okay? It's about you rising up and becoming top G, all right? So please like and comment, guys. Gonna be interesting as always to hear. And I do holistic bodybuilding coaching. You can send me DM or email me. DM on Instagram, it's in the description below. Getting jacked and stacked mentally, physically, spiritually, working on ourselves, body, mind and soul, becoming that top G that manifests a top G physique. So if you're interested, yeah, I already said that. I said it in the wrong order, but I have a training book too. You can pick up everything, philosophy, mindset, technique related to becoming a self-reliant, jacked and stacked individual. Also in the description. You can become a Patreon, $8 per month. Gives you access to all exclusive content, mostly solo podcast episodes with me. And please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. A top G mindset. Oh, that's right. I would have liked. Is this song? Yes. I have to talk, because otherwise I'm gonna get copyrighted. But this song is called Top G, like Chemical Soup. I do not own any of this, of course, but yeah, I have to talk, because otherwise I'll be copyrighted. But now I'm gonna be rolling through the forest with this nice tunes, Top G style, and I wish you all a good day. Peace.